Hi, welcome back to Prime. So we have all of our gifts in place, but now we've got holiday entertaining to take care of. Well, I have just the person with us today, Kenny Bowers from Kenny's Wood Fire Grill, Italian Kitchen, Burger Joint, and the soon-to-open Smokehouse. He is here to give us some hot holiday entertaining tips. Kenny,
thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
This
My pleasure.
just, everything right here just makes me want to inhale it all.
Trust me, I was nibbling on it this morning when I was putting it together, but I love this time of the year. It's just, it's fun. A little cooler weather would be nice, but
yes.
It seems like we're going to get some next week.
Exactly.
And, it's just, I love, people getting together, family, friends, eating. I love to eat, as you can see. And, but to me, it's just my favorite time of the year. I mean, Thanksgiving, the Christmas holidays, and just, it's just fun.
Well, I bet I would think for a chef that you just everything comes together, and this is a beautiful time for chefs because you can really just go all out.
Exactly, and that's the thing. People are, people want to splurge. If they're gonna, people always talk about, oh, I, gained a few pounds over the holidays. It's like if you're gonna enjoy yourself, you might as well do it this time of the year. And that's the thing. It's like all the things that that you can't really play with when it's super hot out, or these are like special occasion ingredients. So it gives you license to do, like you said, all kinds of things,
And so is this comfort food season?
I think so. It's comfort food. And the thing is, that's what I've always been about. Even, just throughout my, cooking career, I've always loved to do comfort food with just a little bit of a twist. Not too fancy, but just enough to be people like, okay, I know what that is, and then just put a little twist on it, and it just makes it really fun.
Oh, well, you've got, so is that what your biggest tip is for holiday entertaining?
Absolutely.
Just put a twist.
Put a little bit of a twist on it, and you know what? My mentor, who taught me how to cook, said, Kenny, you can make it as easy on yourself or as hard on yourself.
Now that's the key, easy.
Yeah, easy, because you know what? You've got your friends over, you've got your family over, you're planning dinner or whatever, and the thing is, sometimes people get so stressed out, and all they're doing is running around the kitchen, and you don't get a chance to actually visit with people. So I've always been of the thought that, hey, do as many things ahead of time as you can, and then that way you can just kind of sit and enjoy and kind of put things out and keep it very simple. And that way, and plus it's less stress on you, and it just makes for a more fun environment, I think.
So when you do, I mean, that's the thing, is cooking in advance, you think, well, then I have to put everything in the fridge for 12 hours or 24 hours.
Right.
So then should it all be cold, or when you lay everything out, should it be cold food or should it be hot? How can you incorporate both?
I think it can be a mixture of both, and I think that, there's a lot of things that can be served at room temperature, and it's easy to put things out, and a lot of the foods, especially some of the things that, we're going to talk about today, are great. They don't have to be super hot or super cold, and you can still enjoy them, and that way it's just, people just get so stressed out, like everything has to come out at the right moment, it has to be piping hot, and you know what, it's just,
it doesn't have to be like that. Right. I need to remember that.
Well, you know what? I always joke with people. I mean, look, we'll have people over, and I'll say, look, this isn't a restaurant. They're not paying. These are your friends. I said, it's okay. You know what I mean? So.
And that's the thing, is it's okay. Well, so as I mentioned, you've got 3 restaurants open, and then one that's opening in January.
Yes.
How do you do it all?
Well, I'm very lucky. I've got 2 really great business partners, and we've got a great team of people. And so I just, I love what I do, and I try to run around and, visit each restaurant and, taste everything and, visit with the people. And it's a challenge, but I love it at the same time.
You do. Well, and it seems that North Texas loves you too, because you were Reader's Choice Award for Best Chef at D Magazine.
Well, you know what? Every once in a while, a blind dog finds a bone. So I was really lucky, and I was very apprecitive of that. So.
Well, but getting Reader's Choice, I mean, that's a huge accolade.
Thank you.
It shows the people love you.
Thank you. I love what I do, and it's very gratifying. I was really happy to get that. So.
Well, that's very special. Well,
Thank
so
you.
In your 4 restaurants, you've covered, it seems to be, the different types of delicious food groups that you can. So you've got your burgers, your Italian, your Smokehouse, and then the burger joint.
Yes, and that's the great thing about it is that we were talking earlier, you know, I'm a Capricorn, so I get bored sometimes,
Yes.
and so that's the great part about all these different foods is they're all different, you know what I mean? So I go for, hey, I'm playing around with burgers today, and then I'm going to go down the Italian, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and then I get to go to the, you know, when the smokehouse opens, and because they're all in the wood grill, and they're all different, you know, and that's what makes it fun.
Well, let's have a look, because you've really got an example from each of these.
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, we've got right here at the Italian restaurant, and we actually also do these at the burger joint because they're so popular.
Right.
I've got our meatballs that we make, okay, with a little bit of tomato sauce. And what I like to do is one of my favorite little mini buns is King Hawaiian buns. They're super soft and a little bit sweet. And so this is one of those appetizers you can put out on a plate. You can make them ahead of time. Okay, I mean, meatballs are easy to make. And you know what the beauty of them is? If you don't feel like cooking, I mean, I hate to say this, but you could actually just buy them. You know what I mean? You throw them in a crock pot, you know, with some sauce, and you put it out, put these little buns out, and you can make a little sandwich. And it's easy, you know, and it's so simple.
That is.
You know, and it's one of my favorite things. And then, like at the burger joint, we make these big sandwiches, and people just love them.
They do.
Yeah.
And so and then you pour on some tomato sauce and Parmesan.
Yeah, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and you know what? You know, I've just kind of shaved it a little bit, and you know, you can, you know, if you don't have Parmesan, you know, hey, no one's going to hurt anybody's feelings. It's no big deal. I threw a little parsley on there, and it's simple, it's fun. And the thing about meatballs is you don't have to use tomato sauce. There's so many cool sauces out there that you can either make or buy at the grocery store for dipping.
So what would be a great one to buy if it wasn't tomato sauce?
Okay, for example, if you like spicy, okay, another sauce that I brought is it's a chipotle mayonnaise that you can kind of dip in there. You can also use a little bit of like pesto sauce. You could use Alfredo sauce. You could use, you know, any kind of different flavored mayonnaise. You know, you could put garlic butter. That's what's so fun about meatballs. You can kind of take it in any direction.
I love that. That looks, and having all of these different choices too. So, and then what do we have right here? These
right here, these are one of our most popular dishes at the wood-fired grill. They are ahi tuna nachos. And again, it's just kind of one of those fun. It's a comfort food, but it's got a little bit of a twist. And basically, we just take little wontons that you can buy. We cut them in triangles and just kind of pan fry them so they get crispy. And then we take the tuna, you just can buy it at the grocery store. We sear it off just like a minute on each side, and then slice it into little pieces. And we put it on the wontons, and we garnish it with a little bit of wasabi aioli, which is basically, you know, mayonnaise with a little wasabi. I mean, it's super simple, easy to do. And then we garnish it with a little bit of sweet soy sauce. And matter of fact, if you don't mind, I've got some sweet, you can just kind of drizzle it, you know. And the thing about sweet soy sauce is you can buy the sweet soy typically at an Asian market. Sweet soy sauce doesn't have nearly as much salt as regular soy sauce. Oh, is that right? Yes, so if you're watching your sodium, you know, it's not a big deal. But you know what? Does that look good? Perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm a professional. Oh, you've definitely done this before. There's no question. But it's one of those fun dishes that, again, it's a nacho, but it's ahi tuna, you know, and it's easy, and plus it can sit out for a little bit, and you can make it ahead of time, and it's one of the things you can put out, and you don't have to stress about it. Well, now I've you know, drizzled. We need to make, and I'm going to go on to these afterwards. Absolutely. But because you've got your bruschetta right here from the, and that's obviously your Italian fare. So let's put these together. Okay, so we got our bruschetta. We've got a little bit of toasted bread, okay, which is just, again, it's simple, it's easy to do. We've got a mixture here of tomatoes, olives, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, some garlic, a little bit of olive oil. And this is one of those things that the longer it sits, the better it gets. So you toast your bread. You can do it before, or you can do it, you know, right when people come. And all you do is just kind of spoon this over, just like that, okay, and you get a little bit of that juice in there, and that'll kind of soften up the bread. Okay. And so you can do this, have that in the fridge for 24 hours? Absolutely, you know, or even a few days before. Oh, really? Yeah, because when all that stuff kind of marinades, all the vegetables, it really gives it just a wonderful, you know, flavor. Like, you know, we put olives in ours. I love olives. Some people might not like them. You can always, you know, alter and kind of change the ingredients in there. And you just top that, just like that, Okay, and then what we do is we take, I'm big on squeeze bottles.
Right.
Why, make a mess? It's easy. And this is a little bit of balsamic glaze. It's basically reduced balsamic vinegar. You can buy it anywhere or you can make it. And we put a little bit of this drizzle, kind of like what you did on the, just like that, kind of make that look pretty.
Look at that.
And then we garnish it with a little bit more Parmesan. And it's just a simple, easy dish that you can make. It can sit out, and like I say, it can sit in the fridge for a few days, and it's always, again, the longer it sits, the better it gets.
Right.
But that's a very popular dish.
That looks amazing. I want to tuck into those right now.
All right.
I think I will.
Breakfast of champions.
While I'm, exactly, I have a good excuse. I'm eating for two. So I'm going to have some of this, and while I'm tucking into that, I want you to tell me about these delicious things.
That is also one of my favorite things. Again, it's one of those little comfort food spin. You like that? Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Oh, amazing.
Excellent.
That makes me feel good because I'm eating color.
And it's healthy, too.
I'm eating red.
There you go.
And red's good.
Red is good, yeah. Mm-hmm. I got a little bit of pulled pork. Okay, but what we've done is we've done a pulled pork tostada, and basically a tostada is just an open face, kind of essentially big nacho. It's got a little bit of crispy tortilla with a little bit of our barbecued pulled pork. Okay, again, we make our own, but if you don't have time, you can buy it. A little bit of barbecue sauce, a little bit of guacamole, and a little bit of pico de gallo, and again, we've got a little bit of chipotle sauce here you can buy, and we just kind of squirt this on if you want to.
Yes, I will.
You're good at the squirt. You're good at that stuff. So
now, that wasn't a good squirt.
No. Perfect.
There you go.
And again, it's just a fun spin to do with pulled pork.
So you can just do the pulled pork in the crock pot.
Yes, and you can let it sit, and then you plug it in, leave it alone, and then when people come over, they can either make their own, or you can make them up and put them out.
And then throw a bit of avocado and tomato on there, pico de gallo, and you're set.
It's easy. Or you could put a bowl of chips out and kind of let people make their own little nacho thing. So it's kind of interactive, but it's a little bit of a twist, and it's fun.
This is amazing because it's simple and you can make it the day before.
Absolutely.
And so are there any, just before we finish, are there any, real do's and don'ts that you would say to everybody for the holiday season?
I would say just a couple things off track here. I would definitely steer away from stuffing your turkey. Because what happens is that the middle doesn't get hot enough. You know what I mean? People could get sick that way.
Right.
And and plus, if you get the middle that hot to cook the stuffing, typically it dries out the rest of the bird. So I would do that, and I would say make it as easy on yourself as possible.
I love that. Easy, easy, easy.
Yes.
Well, Kenny, good luck with the opening of your smokehouse. And it's going to be at the Legacy.
Shops of Legacy,
The Shops of Legacy at Plano.
Yes.
And everywhere else, your other shops are up at, not shops, your other restaurants are up at in Addison.
Yes, the Italian and the Wood Grill in Addison, and then the burger joint is in Frisco.
In Frisco. So, well, there is no excuse now not to go. Kenny, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, everybody. And join us next time on Prime TV. Follow us, Facebook, Twitter. Bye-bye.